Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Assembly Line. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, and I'd say it was a pretty good weekend for the fellas, the Detroit, the Michigan, the state of Michigan fellas. Right now we're recording during the Lions game. We're going to start off with our college recap, I guess, with Michigan State, and then we'll go to the Lions, and then end it with the Detroit Tigers. But yeah, Michigan beat Nebraska 24-10.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's Kyle. It's what Kyle did. Kyle was calling Nebraska, Wisconsin. Now I'm calling Wisconsin, Nebraska. Whatever.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I was in my
full circle.
I was in my head.
You seriously
Yeah.
can't make that shit up.
I was in my head because I forgot. I didn't know what the score was. I had to pull it up or like click on a different tab, and I don't know. Michigan beat Wisconsin 24-10. Before I kick it to you, Kyle, this is my thoughts on the Michigan game. I wasn't like super tuned into it, but I watched most of it. You look at everything like stats wise and everything. Michigan looked good, but for some reason, I didn't think Michigan looked that good. But yet they absolutely dominated them. Like I don't. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but it just seemed like Michigan did not look the greatest. Yet they still dominated, and I felt like they should have won by more. And I feel like maybe that's just my view on Michigan.
That's a fair.
I feel like that's
a
just
fair assessment. They should have won by more.
I think
they left a lot of meat on the bone.
Yeah, I think I say that a lot about Michigan though, because I feel like they just don't win pretty a lot of the times, and maybe that's part of the reason why I think they don't look good. But I mean, in the end, Bryce threw for 270. Justice Haynes had another monster day. You look at everything; they looked awesome. But it's just like something
5
about
straight
them.
100-yard games with the touchdown too. So
maybe it was more on the defense. Like the first drive, Wisconsin just marched right down and scored. But I don't know. Michigan's
they
a
didn't
team
do anything after that.
No, but
they had 200 and just over 250 yards of total offense
Yeah.
to Michigan's 440. But like they're after like that whole second half, Michigan's defense dominated. Like Wisconsin didn't do anything. They scored a field goal in the fourth quarter. I don't know. It didn't really mean much, but I think it was
a cover. But yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Michigan also missed a field goal.
Well, actually, no, I shouldn't. I should say. Well, I had them at 16.5, so it mattered to me. But actually, their spread was most of the time 17.5. But yeah.
Yeah. So the thing that stood out to me this game, though, was Michigan, I think, has 2 wide receivers going forward that you can count on to make a play. One being Andrew Marsh, the true freshman, and Donovan McCulley, the transfer from Illinois. Michigan has – I didn't even look at it. I didn't even see any stats on it. I haven't even looked on Twitter. Michigan has probably their first 100-yard receiver in probably 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe since Roman Wilson. So, like, it's been a long time since we had a 100-yard receiver, and that's Donovan McCulley. Had a spectacular catch on the sideline, good catch and run on his touchdown on that RPO. Bryce Underwood seems like he's an RPO quarterback. I don't know. Like, some of those routes and stuff that he hits on those slants in the RPO game is pretty – I don't know. Usually you don't see that out of true freshmen, I would say. But Michigan's ground game, they had a lot of missed assignments. I think that's another thing why it looks so good in the box sheet, but then if you go to the score, you're like, wow, it's only a 14-point game. They would have a few good plays, get stalled, 2 good plays, stall, a few good plays, stall. But then the ones that they did score on, they obviously strung together those drives. But the offensive line didn't play too great. The wide receivers, other than McCulley and Marsh, they had a lot of drops. I think they had 2 or 3 more drops this game. Samaj Morgan, not sure-handed. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, is he? I think he's
but he's the one that's getting a lot of flack online.
But is he the one that dropped that slant right before the
Yeah,
end of the first half. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that was a brutal. I
yeah,
mean, that was wide open, right in the chest. Yeah, it was a bad drop.
yeah. And then another one that was it was Max Bredesen had a drop for a first down. Like so those are like a couple of drive stalling drops that you have on third down that you just need to have that they didn't get. Um After
But
that first drive, you're just like sitting there like, oh shit.
mm-hmm.
Like is Wisconsin gonna be moving the ball on us? And then I don't know. They trying to see here, but I don't think we got many sacks.
Michigan had 1 sack.
One sack, yeah. So not a lot of sacks. I think they did. I don't know if they did pressure a lot. It doesn't stick out to me like anything that I remember from the game. But yeah, they didn't get pressure on the quarterback. They did get a couple picks. Notice Rod Moore got his first back. It was good to see him get one back. But overall, like I'm not stressing about the fact that they won by 14 because it felt like the game was never in question that whole time.
Yeah, yeah. Once they went up,
I was not worried that whole like once they went up, what was it, 24 to 3?
they
Yeah.
were up 24-7 at one
Or
point.
what?
But
Oh,
7, yeah.
24/7. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once they got up to like honestly, once they made it a two-score game, I wasn't like too worried going forward. But the game was it was a weird game.
I mean, yeah, it was. It was only a
It
three
almost looked
point.
a little flat
Yeah, it was only a 3 point
on
game at
like
half, and
on
then
first drive.
Wisconsin did
Yeah.
have the ball with a chance to take the lead in the second
Oh
half.
no, I
But
got something in the
then
first half.
Michigan scored a touchdown, and that I knew right when they had that 10 point lead with 4 minutes to go in the third, I knew it was over because Wisconsin wasn't moving the ball very well. But
One
what?
one thing I do not understand at all was in the first. I think it was the first quarter. It might have been the first or second drive.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Michigan had a first down overturned to like fourth and a freaking 2 inches, fourth and like a taint hair, and Sherrone Moore's like, oh, we can't get that. We can't even QB sneak that and get half a football
Hmm.
and punts it. Like, why are you punting that? How are you not just QB sneaking? Like, I seriously don't understand coaches at all. That's why I love being a Lions fan. Dan Campbell, not afraid to be like, oh, we got this much to go.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, he's probably like, I got hairs on my, you know what, longer than that. We can get this,
Yeah.
and like they just go out there and do it. How I don't know. I guess maybe there's more that goes into it. Why like tush push QB sneak doesn't matter. Like
Especially with
just do
someone
something like
like
that
Bryce.
with Bryce Underwood.
Yeah,
He's like what 6'5", like
at
and
least.
200 and some pounds. Like come on, why
Yeah.
are we?
You
I just
know,
don't understand why we punted in that situation.
you know who
That irritated me. Normally, like if it was fourth and a yard, whatever. But it's literally that much. You got a first down just overturned on it,
Yeah.
and you literally have like a half a football to go, and you're like, nah. Plus, you're on like the 35-yard line. It's not like it's not like
Yeah.
it's guaranteed they're gonna score or whatever. But whatever. I don't know. That grinds my gears.
Hmm.
you know who would have went for it? Biff.
I don't know. Maybe. But I have two things on that. One
Could be.
is because we were talking while that was going on. I couldn't believe that they didn't go for it. Like Michigan is I know their offensive line isn't as good as it has been, but like that's typically like their strength. Like you should be able to get a push on that. Second of all, you're talking about Dan Campbell being aggressive, but what we learned in this Bengals game, to touch on that real quick, is he did punt it on like a 4th and 3, like on their side instead of kicking a field goal or going for it. I'm just saying, I like that out of Dan Campbell because it's like Bengals couldn't do anything on offense. Let's make them go 90
Yeah.
plus yards. But
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
yeah,
Plus,
but if
it was
that's
like it would have been like a 58, not 50 some
yeah,
yard field goal.
but
I think
if
we're on the 41-yard line.
if I mean Dan Campbell's going for that 100 times out of 100, the one in the Michigan game like that. I
Yeah.
mean Bryce is so big, just sneak it, and if you can't get that like foot, then like you don't deserve to score in a way. Like it's just I don't know. I couldn't believe it, but I don't know. I'm trying.
Oh my God. Sorry, this onside kick. It's kind of funny.
Do we get it? I don't know if we got it.
I have no idea.
But yeah, I couldn't
Didn't even
believe.
go 10 yards.
Yeah, but
I
we
don't know why
touched
we're
it
jumping on
first.
that.
Why we touched it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It was a swivel. It
Oh
was
my
like
God.
just a sidewinder.
If I didn't say, yeah, we're recording during the Lions game. It's 3 minutes left. We're up 11, 35-24. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out if like what Sharon Moore is as a coach. Like, I don't like people are kind of jumping on him. I don't he I think he might be a great recruiter, but in terms of in the game type things, I don't know if he is the greatest at that. He's still young. I mean, it's only his second year head coaching, and it's Michigan, so you have a lot of pressure. Like everything's amplified. If he was at Central Michigan or something like that,
A lot of
you wouldn't be under this much pressure, and you wouldn't be questioning everything he does. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't think he's that bad of a coach. I think he's a hell of a recruiter. I mean, their recruiting has been taken, no steps backwards. But I don't know. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. We're still letting it play out.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're letting it play out. You're fine. Like, there's a lot of it's. I think they keep bringing it up like that. He's like 11, and he was 10-6, as a head coach at Michigan, and coming off the Natty, and it's like,
I mean, that's just you
well,
lost.
yeah, you thought either you did not evaluate talent very well of your own building, or it was bad coordinating. You picked the wrong guy for your first coordinator in Kirk Campbell. Like, that offense was just pitiful last year. You couldn't get anybody in the portal. You didn't think you needed to, and then you just evaluated your own talent right, or it just didn't work out with that offense.
I think they saw something in Orgy that just didn't come to fruition.
That's what I mean.
Like, I don't think it was like a bad talent evaluate. I really think they saw him, expected him, saw something in him to take the next level, and he just didn't. And I don't.
Sometimes there are practice players, and then when they get to the game, they don't perform up to how they normally do in practice, and it's just it gets to them, and maybe that's the case with him. I don't know, but for what they saw in practice, it could have been completely different than what we saw on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
But anyways, jury's still not out on Sharon Moore, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just
let's get him his team. This is still it's not like his team yet, right? He's got people that have been granted he was on the staff, and everything, but it's in terms of what he's trying to do and the roster he wants to build. It's
I kind of disagree with that in today's college football. If this was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, yeah, I agree. It's not his guys, but now you can go out and get your guys.
Yeah, but I agree.
Why doesn't Michigan State go out and get their guys that are 4 stars, 5 stars, anything like that? There's competition. You have to win these players over. You can try and go and get your guys, but you might not get your guys.
First of all,
I think that's a completely stupid argument that you have.
I mean, I don't think it's a stupid argument. I mean, number one, Michigan has a lot more resources to go get guys. Number two, Michigan's in a lot better position to go get guys because they're good. Michigan State is not.
Look at Indiana.
Michigan State has gotten guys.
That's fine. Indiana also isn't replacing.
They went out and got their guys.
Yeah, they did.
That's what I'm saying.
They got their guys. Maybe Michigan tried to get their guys and they didn't. Maybe they instead of going to Michigan, they went to Texas or some other powerhouse.
Yeah.
Same thing with high school.
And fit their system and everything. Yeah, no shit.
So I don't know. Your argument's invalid at that point.
I think
it doesn't matter your recruiting class.
I'm saying that it still matters that when you're recruiting your guys, Jim Harbaugh might have his own set of guys that he liked and his type of players that he wanted, and it's different from Sharon Moore's and the style of play that they both want to play. He's still trying to get his guys.
Get the type of player you want.
He is. That's what he's doing.
I have a question.
It doesn't matter if they're a 2-star or if they're a 5-star. You can still get that skill set of
That's
player.
what I'm saying. He's still building his roster to go get those guys and get them.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Sherrone Moore's
It doesn't matter if they're in the transfer portal or from high school. I'm just like, we say this like with when people take over programs, it's like, oh, he's in year 1, year 2, year 3. Like, oh, now he's got his guys that he brought there. Like
That's what we used to say.
They're in their first, second year in their system. Like
Year
it still
2
matters. You have to.
Year 2 is now the year. It used to be like year 4. Now it's year 2.
Yeah, he's in year 2 right now, and they're 4-1, and they have a good shot. If depending on how they play, they have a good shot at making the playoffs. That's not a bad. Like, I don't understand.
I don't agree, but you said he needs to get his guys.
Okay, you're both right. You're both right. Ben is right that he could have went and got his guys, and if he didn't get them because they went to other schools, that's on him. Second of all, he is on his second. He is on his in his. I'm agreeing with you. Why are you getting all pissed off?
I'm not at you.
And second of all, Ben's also right, or I already started with Ben's right that you can go get your guys, but at the same time, it is in his second year. Michigan's in a different spot than other teams because they have good players, so you don't want to just get rid of good players to bring in a 2 or 3 star that is your guy because you already have good guys
in your defensive system.
Second of all, your shot at Michigan State just is crazy because who's also in his second year? Jonathan Smith. Why are you saying he should go get his guys, but you're not saying that Sherrone Moore it's the same exact situation?
Yeah, I was playing devil's advocate for Ben's freaking.
But that was a bad argument because he's also in his second year. If you're trying to discredit or
I just meant state. I didn't mean like Michigan State in like year 2 of a rebuild. I just meant in general. Like, why have they been like how have they been the last few years when like they can still get their guys? Like, they can go get their guys and bring them in and be good. Like, why can't they? Like, any team can. Look at Indiana. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's no like
saying that it can
in
be
year
done.
2.
It can be done.
He's the outlier.
I'm not saying
he's the only one that's done it.
Okay, but I'm saying that it can be done, and it's not an
he
excuse
brought all
anymore.
of his guys from James Madison that were in the system and everything that he's already been in.
Yeah.
Same thing with like John Mateer. Like, it matters that you're in the same system for everything.
Yeah, but at the same time, Ohio State got a lot of transfers, and there was one year, and they won a national championship. So I think we're just going. I know we're just going around in circles. I agree with both of you. I think Ben did make a good point that you can go get your guys. At the same time, in year 2, like, you're also like Michigan has a good team. You're not. Something. Yeah. Also, I think we're also just glossing over the fact that Sherrone Moore and Jim Harbaugh's guys aren't very similar. I'd be very surprised. It's not like he's going in to have a rich rod offense. Like, it might be different, but for the most part, it's going to be very similar. But anyways, it's a good point.
Like, the offensive line is the wide receiver group is the one that just they haven't developed and they haven't recruited top end guys, bigger guys. They've recruited more of like these 6-foot speedsters. They need more of like the Donovan McCulley, Andrew Marsh. They're both big guys. Like Nico Collins, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Like, those are the big type receivers that did really well at Michigan. They haven't had them in years.
Yeah, I agree.
Harbaugh didn't recruit those. You take
yeah. No, I agree.
The way Michigan's offense was year 1, and Bryce Underwood flipping kind of at the last second. What receiver really is going to want to go there?
Yeah, I mean they did have. I mean, like we
top end.
I mean, we got 2 guys that were. One of them, Omar Kelly, probably could have helped you guys. Like, he's kind of a go.
Also had.
But I'm just saying, like, there is guys. But yeah, I agree. Like, it's the late commitment and having the bad quarterback play last year definitely affected receivers wanting to come. So, like, I think you're right. And again, I wasn't trying to take a shot at like Sherrone Moore. I'm just wondering, like, people have asked the question. Like, there's people in the media that have been like, I don't know if Sherrone Moore is the guy, and I think he is at minimum a really good recruiter because I think their recruiting classes have been good. Maybe he's not great in the transfer portal, but that's to be seen only in year 2. But any last thoughts on Michigan?
Michigan's picky with the guys I think they bring in transfer portal, but they've done a decent job at getting Jayshon Barnum, Metcalf,
Haynes,
Ollie.
Justice Haynes,
Yeah. So I don't
So,
think we got to
Donovan
worry about
McCulley.
him.
But
Yep. Switching over to Michigan State. They lost to Nebraska 38-27. And my first thought is it sucks because that's a game Michigan State probably should have won. It just sucked.
Could have won that lead.
I think it's a game they should have won. I mean, you give up a block punt because you false started.
No, it was an illegal substitution somehow.
Well, whatever. Like you got whatever. Either way, you got a blunt. I can't even talk. Block punt for a touchdown to make it 14-0 right off the bat, and then you finally get the lead. You give up a touchdown, fine, and then we like muffed the ensuing kickoff, and it's just like you can't have those little mistakes against the team that you could possibly beat. I don't know. What do you have on Ben? I should also I'm looking at Aiden Child's stat line: 9 for 23, 2 interceptions. Not great. However, the wind was like 25 mile an hour. Like they're probably not like he overshot a couple receivers by like 5 yards going with the wind. So it's just tough. It's tough to gauge that. Like you don't want to underthrow it and then have an interception and stuff. I mean, he didn't have a great stat. He did throw the interceptions, but I don't know. I didn't think he played that bad.
I don't think so either. And he also had a lot of rushing yards, actual true rushing yards.
Yeah, he had 4 sacks.
Then he got probably how many did you say? 4?
They had 4 sacks. Yeah,
that's it.
Yep.
It felt like 10 at least.
We had 5.
But I don't know the last time we out-sacked an opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But Dylan Raiola looks like he went 16 for 24.
Yep.
What was the difference between Raiola, his passes, and Childs' passes? They were running short, quick passes to their receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do that? Get it in your receivers' hands.
Let
them make a play like Amari Kelly.
Yeah, but
Nick Marsh.
I remember the scheme number one.
Not your scheme.
I also think our receivers don't block very well. That's part of the scheme. Is I remember them throwing 1 or 2, and we'd get 2 yards. Everybody's honest too quick. Also, it goes to the defensive scheme. If they're playing off, it's easier to do that, which Michigan State seems to do because when you're not as great as at covering in the secondary, you have to play off a little bit. Allows for those. The problem with this game is that our defense really did. You look at we gave up 38 points. Well, 10 was just on special team miscues.
Special teams. Yeah.
So our defense only gave up 28 points, and really they actually played pretty well. I don't know. It's just
got an
tough.
interception.
Yep.
The glaring issue was the offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nebraska's front 4 are that good, or if our offensive line was just that bad.
They ran a lot of stunts. They did. Mm-hmm. They ran a lot of stunts. But they still
confused the young guys.
And it worked. So, yeah, I think they had 1 sack against Michigan 2 weeks ago. I don't really think Michigan's offensive line is that much better than Michigan State's.
I don't know.
Our
offensive line,
they're probably better, but I don't think
it's not glaringly
all
better.
Over Childs.
Yeah.
They made his life.
So actually, in the first half and stuff,
especially in the second half,
it was once they took the lead on that field goal, the botched kickoff, then they kicked the field goal. After that is when our offensive line kind of started to go down a little bit because we were beating them in sacks 3-1 at some point in the second.
Yeah, but he was getting hurried.
I know.
It's a good thing that we have Aiden Childs to get us out of it.
I know. I'm just saying, but at the same time,
Dude's a playmaker, tell you that much.
At the same
crazy.
time, when like Lamar Jackson gets pressured like that, it's almost good because he can find things. But when you spy him and like you don't do like how the Lions did, like you get a little bit of pressure and you spy them, then they can't do anything. Like if you get pressure and they're not spying, it's not that bad of a thing. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, I don't know. It's just sometimes I just don't remember a lot that goes on in the games that I really watch, and this is one of those games where I kind of forget exactly everything that happened. But I mean, my takeaway is just that our defense did do enough to win. I think for the most part, maybe not in the fourth quarter, but they were doing things all the way up to that we should have had. Yep, that the offense, we should have had a lead, and we just didn't. And it's not even really on the offense either. I mean, they put up 27 points, but it's
the backup quarterback played really well.
The special teams miscues, yeah. I don't know.
Key takeaways.
Go.
For me for that game. The O-line special teams cost you the game, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Childs
made it look better than what it was.
Is going to be a really good quarterback. Like, he's got a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminded me of like what Devin Gardner looked like against you guys. The way he was kind of getting pressured and running around and everything, and just had nothing.
Not even on him. It's just like he's literally running for his life.
He was competing the hell out of competing like hell that game.
On that, I'm pretty sure he was the one that was calling the game.
Yeah, he was.
Devin Gardner.
And
interesting factoid.
I don't know, like some of the stuff that Nebraska was saying after the game about like, I had blood in my eyes or whatever, and like I knew we weren't gonna like lose this game. And it's like they handed you 10 points. Like, you guys were not like,
and they were 11-point favorite.
After that happened, like it just went the momentum that State had in that first half for keeping it close and everything just like went down.
Yeah,
they played really well in that first half, and so like some of those, like even giving up that block punt, but just I think State will be all right. I still don't think Nebraska's like that good. I think State beat themselves. They didn't. Nebraska didn't beat State. I think State beat themselves a lot that game. But at the same time, in the second half, towards the end of the game, Nebraska brought the heat.
Yeah, I would agree.
And shut it down and put the nail in the coffin. So
I think what's frustrating though is
you got to give them kudos on that. Just I
don't really know if we should have beat USC, but this team is a lot better than last year, and there's a chance we're going to end up with the same record or even like worse. But like the way that they're playing these games, they're competing so much more. They're in all these games again. Almost, I mean, Nebraska might not be a great team. I don't think they are a great team, but they're a good team.
They're good.
Yeah, that's that's a close game. Like, I mean, the score is not really like super close, but like that's a team you get a coin flip game. And it's just so we have to start winning these games that are close. But this team is so much better, I think, than last year. And I think if the record might not show it at the end of the year, but it's more about just like keeping it going into like next year. You have to just keep building on it. If our defense is a little better, this game or that or USC like could have been wins. It's just you got to go now. You have to beat UCLA this weekend and keep going from there.
Did you see Raiola's QBR?
No.
18.9.
Raiola's?
Yep. Like, wow. They only rushed. They only had like 270 yards of offense. Michigan State, their offense didn't lack a lot. They only had like 230.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I mean the team. That's what it's. It's frustrating because I think this team has what it's in it to be like an 8-win team, but they're making a little bit of costly mistakes a little bit and stuff like that, and it's frustrating. Timely, yeah. So it's frustrating, but. What are you going to do?
What do you say to the people that are calling for Jonathan Smith's head on a stake?
I don't know why they're doing that. I mean, I just don't look, Michigan State was good under D'Antonio. We were one of the best teams in the Big Ten with him and all that stuff. And you went from that and Coach D left late with we already had like a bad roster at that point. We were coming off like not, like a 7-win season for the Pinstripe Bowl,
7 wins including the bowl.
And like we were losing, the Worky, like we were losing a bunch of players from that. And then like Tucker comes in late. You can't really get guys. Then it's COVID. Then it's like, okay, we'll run this team. We were like 2-5 or whatever. We beat Michigan. We beat Northwestern, who was like undefeated, summer 7.
Went to the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, that's the whole. But anyways, and then the next year we hit it well with Kenneth Walker. I mean, everybody credits Kenneth Walker, but Peyton Thorne played great. We had Naylor, we had Reed, like we had a good team. And then everybody saw what happened after that, and it's like, okay, we bad in 22, 23. The whole Tucker thing happens. Depleted team. We had no one. Jonathan Smith comes in, brings a couple of transfers, get a couple guys. Again, like who wants to come here after the whole Tucker thing? It's hard to get like recruits and everything after all that. It's like this is his second year. You have to give him time. Yeah, like Kyle, like yes, we can go get our guys. It's a little harder for Michigan State right now to get guys. Like we're gonna have to get the middle tier guys and hope they hit and play with what Coach D used to do and stuff like that. And it's just I want Jonathan Smith to show more fire. That's one thing that frustrates me, but at the same time, like he's a program builder. He's not like great he takes time to build the program. He's not going to turn it around. He's not going to turn it around in 1 year. And it's just he really hasn't done things that like have like lost games. Just you got to give him time, man. I don't know. Is he the right guy? I don't know, but
Rome wasn't built in a day. Has to be what his mantra is.
Yeah.
And it's true, but yeah, I think next year, obviously, I think you stick with him this year. Next year is the year that he has to prove something.
Yeah, I mean,
and if he doesn't prove something, then I think he's out.
Yeah.
I think there's some cleanup. So I saw something so people were saying that if like his buyout got cut in half, that's not true. If he leaves for another job, then his buyout gets cut in half, I think is what it is.
If he leaves, it's not a buy. He leaves on his own terms. He doesn't get money from us. I'm pretty sure his buyout got reduced.
The other team has to buy him out. The other team would have to buy him out.
I don't know, but either way,
I can't remember what it was. If we want to fire him, then it's still the same amount.
Either way,
I think
he'll be around. I think he'll
Yeah.
be around this year or next year. And next year's I don't know what the schedule is, but you have to win. Like if they don't win more than 7 or more, it's a guarantee. I think he's got to go. 7's questionable. If he gets to 8, then it's like okay, let's build on that. But yeah, disappointing, but whatever. What are you gonna do? Any more thoughts on Michigan State?
Shout out Alex Van Sumeren for getting a sack.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. UCLA coming off of a big win
Yep.
at Penn State might be tough, but we'll get more into that on Friday.
Yep. All right. Since we're done there, we'll switch over to the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Thought Kyle was gonna say it to continue it, but that's all right.
You guys got it.
The Lions beat the Bengals 37-24. Well, we all predicted that the Lions would score like we said. I think over 38 or 37.
I said 38.
I think we wanted to go over 37.5, which we technically would have lost. They hit the over. We said to bet over. There was 30.5, but all in all, the fact that they only scored 37 is kind of a disappointment in my eyes. I mean, we had 3 interceptions. I guess we didn't have any fumbles. We had 3 interceptions, though. I thought we had 4.
Yeah, we did have a fumble. Goff fumbled it.
I meant them. I meant them.
No, we forced one.
Yeah,
we forced.
We forced 2, but we didn't get either of them. But The offense honestly didn't look that outside the first drive. I guess up until the Goff fumble, after that they really didn't look that great. I mean, he had like up to his fumble, he had like 103 yards, and the first two drives, and he only threw for like 150 after that. So he had like 100 in the first 10 minutes, and then 150 in the next 30 minutes. But running game wasn't like great. I mean, Demo had a long of 19. Jameer only had one of 9, which is unlike him. I mean,
he did have a reception for 20 yards though.
Yeah, but I don't know. And then obviously the defense. I mean, the defense played awesome. The only bad drive on the first half was the 2-minute drive, and they gave up the field goal. And then in the fourth quarter, we get the fourth down stop, and they call that stupid pass interference that I don't think should have been called. The guy, he could have not been out there, and it would have been incomplete because the ball was so far away from him. It's also debatable if that even was a pass interference, but they end up scoring there, and then they score 2 more touchdowns after that. Prevent defense. I don't know. Injuries again. Defense got injured. Khalif Raymond got injured. But all in all, you beat a team in the NFL by 13. It's a good win.
Agreed.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. What else you guys got?
I think the Bengals need to go get someone to play quarterback. Jake Browning's not it. Although he did have a nice pass to Jamar Chase for the touchdown.
Yeah, but even the announcer was like, that's probably not it was a great throw, but it wasn't a good decision because there was 3 Lions around there. But
still, it was a dot. It was a great throw.
Yeah. Yep. I just got the update. Jack Flaherty's actually going to start Game 3.
Oh, really?
Yep. But anyways, I don't know. What else you got on the Lions, though? Anything? Amon-Ra, 100 yards.
Amon-Ra, good game. Sam Laporta, great game.
Yeah, I think I was talking about on the preview about how we haven't had like a Sam Laporta game. He came up clutch in the Ravens, but this one he had 5 catches, 92 yards, touchdown. He was just balling out there. I mean, it seems like every time he caught the ball, it was just like he had open field. His shortest reception might have been his touchdown catch, which was like 11 yards.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
J-Mo, we just paid him a bunch of money, and he's had like 4 catches on the year. Like, he hasn't gotten a lot of love, it seems like.
Is that on him?
No, not necessarily.
Testament to the defense, or just his read wasn't there, so you have to go somewhere else.
I mean,
I think they're taking away a lot of the over top stuff, but last game he had like 8 targets, but only 2 catches. They haven't connected on that deep one yet. But yeah, I'm thinking
they're taking it away.
Their defense looked really good for 3 quarters, and then they kind of like put their foot off the gas. Terrion being out kind of sucks.
What a pass interference from him, by the way. The dude tackled him before the ball was even there.
Look,
it was bad.
It sucks that Terrion keeps getting all these penalties, and I hate it. But at the same time, if you take away, like, it's kind of stupid to say, but if you take away his penalties, he actually plays pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's like stupid. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I feel like he really doesn't give up that many catches. He just fucking interferes with them instead. And when he doesn't interfere with them, it's like incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, we were banged up. Hutch got 3 sacks, 2 of them taken off the board. That was brutal. One of them by his own fault. The other one, Terrion Arnold penalty, which was an egregious hold, but whatever.
They missed Taylor Decker today. But it's also good for Manu to get some experience against somebody with the Trey Hendrickson so he knows what it's like to go up against top-notch talent. Get some good stuff on film, work on it. Because he's like that big beast of a second-year player. So it'll be hopefully we need Decker back for next week, but Goff
do the Chiefs have a good
played really well.
They have Chris Jones, but he's more up the middle anyways. But my thought, I don't think if Decker was able to go, he would have went. But I feel like if there was any question, it's like, okay, we should probably hold you out a little bit just because, like, we need you for the Texans. Because, like, I mean, like, with the three guys in the middle, we really need Decker and Sewell out there to, like, you know, for the big games because, like, you know, they're like the heartbeat, like, or they're the better players. Like, we really need them out there. We can make do with the three in the middle, but I don't know. I really don't think as fans you think that's a thing. Like, oh, like they held them out just because of that. But in the reality, I really don't think that's really a thing. But maybe if it's close, like, I don't know, should I or should I not? I'm just gonna not go. But you know, I don't know. But yeah, the offensive line didn't look the greatest, but
yeah, another game, kind of like the Wisconsin game. Like, I just wasn't worried at all the whole game.
Yeah, I agree. I was
worried going into it, thinking about how, like, I thought our defense was going to look how it did in, like, the last quarter, how it did the whole game. Like, it was going to look like that the whole game. So I was a little worried going into it, but then watching, you know, that first quarter, it's like, all right.
I was a little nervous though because we went down and scored, we stopped them, we get the ball back, we have the fumble, we stop them again, or we get like an interception or something, and we get stopped again. It's like, look, guys, we're outplaying the hell out of them. We got, like, you can't let teams hang around.
Wasn't helping the defense.
No, like I wasn't worried that the Bengals were gonna, like, come out and, like, you know, be up 17-7 all of a sudden, but it was just like, in the NFL, you just can't let teams hang around, and we kind of did that. And luckily, the defense kept getting turnovers and stops, and then we finally got a little clicking a little bit. But yeah, overall, I mean, it was a good win. It's hard to win in the NFL, even against, you know, bad teams.
Yep. Yeah. You never know. Like, the Saints got their first win this week, so
the Panthers beat the Dolphins. The Cardinals just lost to the Titans. Like, it's hard.
They did that?
Yeah, last second field goal.
They ended up losing.
Yep.
So there's no more defeated teams.
Correct, and I believe. No, the Bills.
Wow, I can't believe they came back and won that.
Yeah, the Bills are the last undefeated team. The Eagles lost as well. But yeah, I don't know.
That was a real shame. That game was a real shame how that ended up.
Yeah, but
poor Eagles.
Poor Eagles, poor.
Yep. Any more thoughts on the Lions?
Retain the division lead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Packers and the Vikings won, but then the Packers and the Bears both are off this week.
The thing that sucks is we'll probably be losing Terrion for a couple weeks, I would think.
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe we'll update that on Friday.
Maybe Trey Flowers will be ready to go by then.
He got a little action today. He did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they needed to
see that.
All right, that's it on the Lions.
Yep.
All right. Well, before we get to the Tigers, we're recording this now on this portion on Monday. There's a couple cleanup things I wanted to get to with the Lions. So it came out that Terrion Arnold is out indefinitely with the shoulder injury. So now we got our two starting corners out. That's not great.
Not ideal.
And I don't really see them making a move. We kind of touched on it briefly one podcast that your unused cap can roll over. So I feel like with all these signings, we still have to sign Hutch. We have all these signings we have to do. Like, we're supposed to be over the cap next year. So I feel like we're probably not going to sign/trade for someone that's going to take up a lot of cap. So I don't know. Hopefully the backups can step up.
Yeah. I mean, that's just that your pass rush is that much more important.
Yeah. Which we do have a good pass rush. We have, it's been a pleasant surprise. Everybody's complaining we didn't make any moves, especially after the Green Bay game, but we're like I know we're in the top 10. We might even be a top 5 team in sacks on the year, according to the radio show I was listening to. The other thing I wanted to ask is in the radio show I was listening to, it sounds like fans are a little disappointed with how the Lions looked, and like, they're discrediting them for, we lost to the Packers. Packers are a good team away. We didn't look great. Beat the Bears, bad, okay to bad team. Beat the Ravens, which the record's bad. I don't really think they're a bad team, but the record's bad. Then obviously we beat the Bengals and the Browns, who also aren't very good teams. But my thing to that, I wanted to get your guys' opinions on it, but my thing to that is it's hard to win in the NFL. And I know their teams aren't the best, but every game that we've won, we have led double digits within the last 3 minutes. We've won by double digits in all but one, and that was the Ravens, and we were up, with 3 minutes left, we were up 2 scores, 14 or whatever. So I don't know. I just want, I think it's crazy that fans are, especially like going back from like what we used to be. The Lions used to be the laughing stock. We used to not win games. Now we're complaining that we're not looking good enough against these bad teams. Also, we were up 28-3. The foot was.
People have come back from that to win before.
I know, but the foot came off the gas a little bit, I think,
100%. 100%.
Well, then you lose Terry on.
Yeah.
And then they started throwing the ball. So.
Yeah. But
even like this,
even with
this
that
game had a lot of signs that it could be a trap game.
Yeah.
The Bengals are not good, and we're not good coming into the game. Lions are rolling, easily look overable.
Mm-hmm. With the Chiefs coming up.
Yep. So, and
I thought their defense played really good.
We did for the first 3 quarters. We played great defense, and then I think we're just like, okay, we're kind of mailing it in, and they had some garbage time touchdowns and everything, and then when we needed, the offense stepped up. They made it a 2-score game, and our offense stepped up and went down and scored. Took time off the clock and scored. So I think it's just it's more of the fact that like we used to be so bad, and now we're at a point where we're complaining about winning by double digits. It's just kind of crazy. I mean, part of that's expectations, but it's just, I don't know. Like the Eagles have played better teams, but they've been in a dogfight every game, and they're just happy to win. It's like that's the NFL. It's hard to win. A win is a win. Like, it's just crazy that to me, it's crazy that people are kind of, poo-pooing them a little bit.
A win by 1 and a win by 20 count the same in the record.
It's not college where you have to win, like you have to win a certain way. Like, I mean, it's less now than it used to be, but
everyone's getting paid.
Yep. Well,
like,
I mean,
everyone has dudes.
But in the NFL, the only thing that matters is your wins and losses. College, like, you have style. Like, style points matter just because, like, when it comes down to it, and who you lose to and who you beat and everything. But in the NFL, it's strictly how many wins you have, how many losses you have. Then if it's a tiebreaker, well, then it's who did you beat. But most 90%, 99%. Exactly. True. Good point. But I don't know. I don't know if you have any more thoughts before we jump into the Tigers. No? All right.
No.
Well, hopefully we get healthy and we'll update everybody on Friday. But we'll switch over to the Detroit Tigers. I talk about a trap game. I think this was a little bit of a trap game in a way for the fans. I think, or this last, Sunday's game, it just, not just the fans, but also the media. It just seemed like everybody in the world was like, the Tigers won the first game. It's going to be 2-0 when they go back to Detroit because they got Scooble on the mound. And that gave me a bad vibe right from the get-go just because everybody was like counting the Tigers to win. I wasn't. And, I know how the team rolls, and I feel like a lot of times when I do watch Scooble, he gives up home runs, and I know that it was just 2 solo shots, like not that you should be able to overcome that.
From the same guy.
But yeah, we were riding high after that first game. I mean, if you want to talk about that first game, first, that was a hell of a win. It was a gritty Tigers win. We didn't play great. Mountain threw 4 strong innings. Only gave up the 1 home run. Kerry Bombs hit that bomb. brought us back into the game. What a shot that was. I mean,
It was huge.
5 for 11 off that dude. 5 home runs. That's crazy.
He pimped the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Too.
And then we brought in Montero. And, he couldn't get it done against their top of the order. At the time, I didn't love it. I wanted Finnegan in just because, it's the top of the order. And we're throwing out a guy that's, kind of been – we traded for him when he was kind of like a what do you call it? Like, he was kind of in between. Like, it's not – he might have been in the MLB the whole time, but he was someone that definitely could have been sent down. Like, it's not like he's like a star-studded guy. Then again, we don't really – have a lot of those guys in our bullpen, but that's a guy you throw out there when we're up 6 runs or we're down 6 runs. Like at the end of a game, we're just like, hey, go finish the game. Just do good enough where we don't have to pull you. So putting him in there I didn't think was ideal. And of course, we give up the 1 run, and then the boys just battled. Will Vest came in and shut down, their hitters when he needed to in the 9th and 10th, and then it's weird because the Tigers can't hit the ball, but they're generating runs without hitting the ball, it seems like. I mean, even go back to the Guardians series, walks. Torque walked. I think I'm pretty sure it was down to 2. It was 1 and 2 or something. He had a great at bat. He got on base. Of course,
he walked twice.
Yeah.
In that game.
Yep. But then the pass ball, Dylan Dingler probably doesn't allow that pass ball, just saying. Knock on wood.
It was a wild pitch.
It was a wild pitch.
Okay, I know. It was a wild pitch, but yeah, my bad. But I'm saying he still would have got it. But and obviously he gets to second, and Z-Mac, came in through the clutch again. Getting
crazy.
Broken bat single right up the middle.
Dude was almost 1 for 15 this last in the playoffs this year, and somehow gets a seeing-eye single. You gotta love that for this team.
Same thing that happened with Wencel Perez against the Guardians, where I said, not really the guy I wish was up to bat right now. And he puts one up the middle to take the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
not the guy I would want up there, but sure, I'm glad he was.
Yeah.
Exactly. 100%.
But that's what, we're not, obviously, we've only hit, I guess it's only been 5 games, but it's not like we're hitting home runs in this postseason. We really haven't hit it. Didn't hit much at the end of the year and everything. And
the only person that can hit home runs for this team in the postseason apparently is Kerry Carpenter.
Yeah, but what I was going to say
Dylan Dingler, I guess, had one last series, but
is that we need to someone in the bottom of the order has to step up. Last series it was Javi. Javi did well, and I'm still when Javi I weirdly feel confident when Javi's up. I'm this can start us because Javi has that big play ability. He's just lights come on and he turns up. But outside, we need the Z-Mac, we need the Dylan Dingler, we need Parker Meadows, we need someone to come up in the clutch. Wencel Perez. Obviously Z-Mac did in the first game, but it was a seeing eye squeak through the up the middle type ball. It wasn't well hit. But yeah, then
it was a hit that the Guardians would have had.
Yeah, then
the game.
Obviously, the other Kyler Montero comes in and shuts the door. He says he's been dreaming of that since he was a little kid to come in and get a save.
Close the game.
Yeah, that was pretty cool for him.
Really cool.
Against the top of the order, too. I was oh my God, we got these guys up. But they did it. And then, we were riding high. And then, obviously, I started by saying everybody was counting us to win the Scooble start. The offense, they just couldn't find gaps. They ended up striking a lot, but through the first 4 innings, they only had 3. I think they only had 3 or 4 strikeouts, which for this team, only striking out once an inning is pretty good. And we had
guess what their K ratio is right now, and through the first 2 games,
idea.
They struck out 50% of the time.
Yeah, but
compared to
50% of the time or 50% of their outs.
Their outs.
Okay.
That's still
compared
bad,
to 35% of Kansas or Seattle.
Yeah,
half the time half of our outs are strikeouts. We're not even putting the ball in play half the time.
Yeah,
you have to do that. That's how you get runners over. That's how you can get sack flies. It's just this going this team. It's
frustrating.
either striking out or It's so annoying.
It's very annoying.
It
It's very
sucks.
frustrating. But
And it's
my thinking on that is like we know who they are though. Like it's hard. Like I get frustrated, but I don't get mad because like you just know like this is who they are. They're gonna strike out, but someone just has to come through, and that's what we need. But
they never give up.
No,
They can strike out 3 times. They can be 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and get a clutch single in the 8th or 7th or 8th inning. It's like, damn it, just don't strike out the other 3 times, so I'm not as stressed out while I'm watching this stupid ass game. But
part of the thing that does frustrate and does make me mad though is they swing at so many balls. Like if you're just swinging and missing, fine. If they're barely out of the zone, but like we have everybody every time. I'm saying a little bit. I'm not saying a lot, but you know how many people swing on sliders that are coming at them that are at their back foot that are ball by like 6 inches. Like they have to stop doing that. That's what
they also need to stop
me.
swinging and missing at pitches that are right down the middle.
True. What I'm saying is that's just a timing thing. Like, but when you're swinging,
you're looking
off. A lot of it too is there's a few that Carp has had where he's swung and missed and the ball's right down the middle and he's looking towards right field when he goes to hit the ball. Like, dude, keep your eyes on the ball and you might hit the ball.
Scientific Ryan coming out. Technically, you can't follow the ball to hit your bat, but yes, I mean you should still be locked in. I'm just saying, but yes, like you still need your head down. You can't be looking way out there. But,
Ryan, so you said yesterday that you feel like Skubal has all this pressure on him, that he has to pitch well because the offense won't be able to pick him up very much. I thought about it, and I have a counterpoint to that. The Tigers, quote, stole game 1. They're up 1-0 on the road.
Yeah.
All of that pressure is on Seattle to do well.
Yeah, but that's not what I was saying though.
I understand that. So like just go out there and we shouldn't even be up 1-0 right now. Go out if we lose, we lose. We weren't supposed to win one of these anyways. What? So go out there, pitch your stuff, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the Tigers took 1 out in Seattle. That's what you needed to do.
That's what 100%.
I'll get to that. Just one I want to make. So my thinking was that it just seemed like Skubal would have a guy with 2 strikes, and like he would almost try making the perfect pitch where he'd, like he wouldn't go like at the guy to like strike him out. He'd try and throw a slider like in the dirt, and I know that's part of the game. Like you'd try and make him chase, but like a lot of times he'd have a guy 1-2, then the next 2 pitches would be like in the dirt or a high fastball, and it'd be 3-2. Then he'd have to like give him one. And that's what I'm saying is like he's trying to like I think Skubal against the Rays in the middle of July is just like throwing a heater up and in on him and just trying to like power it through. Also, this team is really good hitting. It's a different approach, but yeah, back to the
pitching.
Yeah, back to.
I also think Scoop had Scoop had 2 misses that were over the plate yesterday. And he got.
I would probably say more.
He had a couple, but obviously, yeah.
2 misses that were just jacked and I made 2 mistakes.
Yeah, no, I know.
Before Ryan,
it's not on him. I was just saying
I understand.
Maybe he still pitched very dominantly in my opinion.
He's not nowhere near the reason we lost. But what Ben?
Right.
No.
So staying on the Skubal train of thought, he's faced now Seattle 3 times this year, and has yet to record any. I should say he's 0-3 against them.
Yeah.
First game was his second start of the year.
He got rocked the first 2 games, and the third game he pitched well.
No, he went 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs, ended up with a home run. His second game was right before the All-Star break. 5 innings, 4 runs, 1 home run, and then Sunday's game.
Yeah, he's pitching well.
Innings, 2 runs, 1 home run.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Skubal. I'm worried about the offense.
I'm worried about scoring runs.
Yeah, we needed
1 run for them. Feels like 5.
Yeah, we needed.
Pundits are also
they get 1 run. It's like 5. We need 5 runs. That's what it feels like. They went up 2-0 on us. It's like, oh my god, we're down like 10. It seriously, it felt like a lot the way that we've been looking at
late in the
game.
The
way we looked at the plate. We're 1 of 6. We were 1 of 6 with runners in scoring position. Left 7 on base yesterday. Like it's not a school. Like Skubal hasn't got a win against
Yeah,
Seattle.
no one's
but
blaming
the
Skubal.
first
Let's
two
get
games.
that out of the way.
No, I'm talking about Benson. The first 2 games during the regular season, like whatever. He pitched pretty damn well yesterday.
I wasn't saying that to blame Skubal at all, but
yeah,
then why would you bring it? Why bring up something?
I'm setting something up and you're not letting me
Jesus,
finish.
Yeah, like just because someone says a stat doesn't mean we're saying, "Oh my God, Skubal sucked." Like, no, he pitched well.
And what? Get to your point.
Anyways, I can't when
You
you're
were
rambling on
about nothing.
For goodness sakes. Anyways,
better be a good point.
after the game on Saturday, Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz, they're all saying that, the Seattle team, they got to face Skubal twice. But it seems Seattle has Skubal's number.
No, that's a bad point. He does, Ben. They've scored on 3 starts. They've scored 8 runs on him. That's pretty damn good. 2 of the times you only gave up 2 runs.
9 runs.
You just said 2, 4, and 2.
No, 3, 4.
You definitely said 2. Run it back, but he said 2. I'm pretty sure he said 2 the first time. But either
3.
way, that's not okay. That's 3 runs a game. That you should win 2 out of 3 of those games if you're only giving up 3 runs. Granted, the first 2 we didn't go very long. Yesterday's was a game that they should have won. But yes,
I'm just saying, like,
I wouldn't say they have his number,
especially because
Castillo
wasn't on his game either.
Ben, just because wins and losses are not a really stat for pitchers because it depends. There's a lot more depending on how does your offense produce. Like you can win a game by giving up 6.
Paul Skeens has a bad win.
Dude's got a 2 ERA, under a 2 ERA, and he has more losses than wins. So, like, I get what you're saying. Like, yes, we did lose those games, but at the same time, 2 of those probably are not on Skubal. The one that he gave up 4 runs is probably more on Skubal. Once it gets to over that 4, I think
you also
can
can't
start
fall
blaming
into the media hype about guaranteeing like wins based on who's pitching because all it takes is one off day for a pitcher. Or just a team to be locked in, or it just takes 2 pitches that are just slightly 2 bad pitches then they make you pay 2 home runs.
His ERA is a 4.58 against Seattle this year.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying.
And he's given up a home run in each start.
Okay, one home run, a solo.
At least a home run.
Okay, he gave up 2 home runs yesterday on Sunday, and it was 2 solo home runs. You should be able to overcome that when he goes 7 innings.
You're right, you should. But I'm more saying he's not the trump card people are saying that he is.
Well, no, because the offense, Ben. It's because the offense. Yes. Tarek Skubal has such a good ERA. Yes, he has given up runs to the Mariners, but it's not like
he's going to give it up. You're going to give up runs as a pitcher.
If you give up 5 runs in 2 games, and it's not 1 run, and it's a 2 and a 3, you should win both of those games. It's not him. It's the offense.
Or you shouldn't lose them. Have a loss. You should at the very least get a no decision.
Anyways, okay. From here on out,
I just thought that was interesting.
It's PVO.
I'm not saying I'm not being negative.
Debatable. I'd say actually not debatable. I think negative. You are, but
it's like game 5.
Doesn't matter. We're done. We're done. We're done. It's PVO from here on out. Well, except actually one more thing. It does feel different because we lost the Skubal start. Like, we're 1-1. We should be feeling a lot better about this series than we do because we lost the second game and it was Skubal. I just feel like that, vibes are a little low. But if you would have said we were 1-1 going to Detroit, everybody would be happy. And I think that's switching over to the PVO, positive vibes only. That's what we have to remember is we're 1-1. All we got to do while Ben says we got to win both because Skubal can't pitch in the against the Mariners.
I don't think he's the trump card that people think he is. It's not an automatic win.
I think we just need to win one of these, hopefully game 3 to give us a chance for game 4. But we just have to win one of these, go back to Seattle, and I think Skubal will be Skubal. I think, we might not win. He might give up a home run like he did against the Guardians. But at the same time, what are you going to do? The offense has got to score. And I think, Torque came through. We just need our guys to come through. We just got to look. If we strike out, and there's a guy on second and third with no outs, and we strike out the first two. The third, no one remembers if the third guy gets a hit. We just need someone to come through in the clutch. We just need someone. Doesn't have to be the guy that's up first. Just someone.
Very true.
I think, maybe being at home, they got booed the last 2 games they were at home. Maybe being at home with fans around them that want them to win.
Supportive fans.
Get them back and we get this train rolling again. I mean, look, this team shouldn't win the World Series, but we're in a spot right now to win this series. We have a chance, and then you never know what can happen in baseball. We can get hot.
Let's get this place rocking tomorrow for our home games here.
That's right.
Yeah. Something I don't know how much else you have, Ryan, but so Josh Naylor is not in Detroit right now.
Oh, he's having a kid.
Having a baby.
He took a personal day. Yeah,
he's gonna play.
It's unclear if he's available for games 3 and 4.
He'll play
or 4. I assume so too, but I also think that if his wife goes into labor tonight, or tomorrow morning, like there's a chance that he's not back in time for the game.
If this was a Detroit player, you would be upset if your player wasn't playing.
Most likely, yeah.
It depends on who it is.
Someone like Josh Naylor.
If Josh Naylor just traded for
someone of Josh Naylor's capability. I mean, we don't like. It's hard to say Torque because Josh Naylor's more consistent, but if Torque or Carp or
what is Josh Naylor compared to in terms of
well, he's their
who is he on the Tigers? 5th or 6th best player?
If he was on the Tigers, you could make a case he'd be their best.
On the Tigers. Yes, on the Tigers, but on.
It probably goes.
He's probably their 4th or 5th.
Julio.
It's their top 3. It's Randy Rose. It's Randy. It's Randy. It's Raleigh, and it's the guy you just said. First, what's the guy you just said his name? Julio.
Oh,
those are the top 3.
What about Suarez?
I think Naylor's probably better, just because they were saying yesterday he's one of the best. He's one of the best fielding first basemen in the league. So he's probably their 4th. Maybe you can make a case for 5th, but he's a top 5 player. I mean, obviously it's only half. So Tigers, you got Torque, Carp, Green, Glaber. It'd be someone like a Glaber or Dingler,
or a Dingler or a McKinstry.
Yes, if you put it like that,
that's a crazy drop off right there.
If we lost if we lost a Dingler or a McKinstry and then had to play
Andy Ibanez.
Ibanez or
which is a name we haven't really heard this often.
No, not at all.
Or I don't even know if Sweeney's on our roster. I don't think he is.
He is.
But play them at short.
I do want to say,
obviously don't want to lose them, but at the same time, I wouldn't be mad.
I would be upset as a fan, but I know
as a human,
it's the right thing to do to miss the game. Some things are bigger than sports, but I'm just saying,
especially being 1-1 and if you miss game 3,
or is it?
It's fine.
You know what? We got to start. Tell the masses. The Seattle Mariners think that this is such an easy series that one of their top fielders, a home run hitter, a guy that they traded for at the deadline to win a World Series isn't playing. That's how confident they are.
I have a question. Did Naylor and Suarez come from Arizona?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I just realized I'm wearing Mariner colors. Bad omen.
Loser.
And I saw a girl leaving Meyer today in a Mariners shirt. I wanted to punch her in the face.
I do have a Mariners take.
What?
It's quietly one of the best logos in baseball.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Let's talk about it after the series. Right now, it's all business.
Yeah. If the Tigers end up losing this series, I'm gonna If you would have told me before the playoffs, in middle of September when I didn't know who we were gonna play or anything, I'd have been I probably want the Mariners to win. But I know if we lose this series, I don't even care if it's the Dodgers again. The Yankees, like I might root for them. Like it was the same thing with I rooted for the Yankees over Cleveland last year because I just can't. When you lose, I just can't stand that team like winning. Like because I get that hatred for them. I can't stand them. I did the same when San Francisco beat. I mean that was a little different because we blew it, but like I wanted the Chiefs to win in the Super Bowl. It's just maybe with by the World Series if they make it, I'd root for them. I'm just immediately after.
I don't know
nah.
if I will. Like Seattle is like.
It's also
like Seattle, but not when they play. I don't know.
It's also like
if the Tigers were bad, I probably would be rooting for. If the Tigers didn't make the playoffs, I probably would be rooting.
Yeah,
for
that's what I'm saying. It's also the glazing. Like
they
hit a home run. They show the whole entire dugout. Doing the freaking thing. Kerry Carpenter hits a go-ahead home run, and they don't even talk like.
Because we don't have the pizza on the spear anymore.
It's not about that. It's just like it's the dugout and
it's media Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah.
Like they just
we're not the darlings,
dude. Yeah, we're not.
I mean, Seattle's a good story. I mean, I don't know if you guys caught this, but they hadn't
scored a run.
They hadn't won a home playoff game since like 2002. They
didn't score a run in a playoff game since 2001 or something like that.
No, I know, but they also hadn't won a series or a game. But the good news is we won't have to hear about that anymore.
True.
But how about we just don't take it back to Seattle and the Tigers win it here?
They can easily finish it out here.
But yeah, we got Jack Flaherty on the bump. We're gonna be there, waving our towels, all that. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, we get the dub.
We're much different in the look.
We're 1-0 in playoff games at Comerica Park, and we're 1-0 this year. Ben, this does nothing. If you're believing that kind of stuff, then to be fair, I did switch jerseys halfway through the game yesterday, and then we scored, and I'm like, oh yeah.
We lost to Cleveland, and we ended up losing, and then we won.
Yeah, but all right.
Yeah, but then we lost. Yeah.
Overall, pretty good weekend for the Detroit. I mean, we split with them. Michigan won. The Lions won. So we'll keep going. But anything else? Yeah. Anything else for the listeners before we end it?
Nothing.
Oh, gritty kitty! Gotta have some gritty kitties this week.
Yep, gritty tiggies. Tongue twister there.
Could get real dangerous.
Yeah. We'll see you Friday. Hopefully recapping a Tiger Series victory. So, we'll catch you down the line.
Peace.
Cue it up. Eat 'em up.